Kanye believes he's a Jew, kind of. But no, you can't be that. You can be a samurai. You want to be a samurai? Here's how you're going to be a samurai. I'm going to tell you. So I waited 9 days. I waited 9 days to form an opinion. To really have my own opinion, not just to repeat like everybody else the same thing about all of this, these latest Kanye's exploits.
Nobody has a different take. The take that everyone has, people, by the way, don't even have takes anymore. They just tell you what has happened. And then they either say bad or good. That's pretty much it. Men cannot come up with good takes without thinking about them. And what I found from my studies, it takes about 8 or 9 days to come up with something new to say. That's just 8 or 9 days. A man needs to think about something for 9 days in order for it to be cleared to tell the world.
Anti-Semitism, Kanye Nazi. Okay, let's see what it's about. There's a saying, I'm human and nothing human is alien to me. It's a saying by Terence, not Terence McKenna, the other Terence, some Roman slave and a writer. What does he mean by that? It's like, I can understand everybody. I can understand everybody. Kanye was complaining himself that nobody understands him.
No one wants to understand why I got to that point.
Well, I'm here, Kanye. I'm gonna understand you. That's my mission in this video. Not to justify him, not to defend him. I don't have to condone his opinion. I don't have to agree with it. I just want to understand him. I have a feeling nobody understands really or wants to understand. Everybody just chose basically one same approach. All these videos that I've seen these 9 days, I've been watching everything about it on YouTube. Hundreds of people made a video. Everybody is basically concluding the same thing. Oh, he's crazy. He's crazy. He's out of his mind. He's crazy. Okay, he's crazy. But that doesn't say much. That doesn't say much. There's a method to his madness, as people say. Like, I want to see what's the method. What drove him to that craziness? There's some story behind it, right? He didn't just wake up one day and start being crazy. He's not that crazy. There's some reasons for it, why he's saying these things, and there's some meaning to it that people just gloss over or are afraid to even talk because they don't want to feel or be perceived as they're justifying him. So, and to be pronounced Nazis by proxy or something, because now, oh, you're the same. Whatever that means even. I'm not afraid of that. I know who I am. I'm not afraid of being pronounced Nazi because I'm trying to understand somebody. So in this video, we're gonna try that, to go into his mind, a little journey to Kanye's mind, and just get him. So I waited 9 days to have a cold take. I think I'm gonna name a video like that. Not hot take, this is a cold take. I waited to calm down, to cool off, and to understand really why did he say or write the things that he did. And what does it mean to him? So let's go to the beginning first. How did this all start? I googled it. So first thing that I see, yes, B.
Where are the dogs?
They're here. Mali's here. Chuko is there. Luna. You wanna be in my video?
Yeah.
Say what you think about Kanye and all of this, these latest events with Kanye.
Hey, I'm Frederick Douglass. Wait, is this going on?
Frederick Douglass. She does look like Frederick. Yes, it is. Hi, I'm Frederick Douglass.
Did you look him up?
No, I know who he is.
Have you seen him?
What?
Have you seen what he looks like?
I know how he looks like. I told you, I'm the one that told you you look like Frederick Douglass with that hair. I gotta go, B. To you. I gotta go I'm making a video.
About what?
Kanye.
West?
Yes. I'm trying to understand the man. Nobody understands him. Poor Kanye.
This is Frederick Douglass. I
Bye.
don't look like him. You're mean.
Bye, V.
Did you see the picture I sent you?
No, I'll check it later. Let me go. I have to make a video. Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So how it all started? It started with him. I didn't even know this. I checked it out on this website. It's the Times of Israel. I don't know. Do you see the? No. Never mind. I won't touch too much. I'm gonna mess it up. Wait. So on the website, Times of Israel. So I'm gonna believe them because I feel they're interested in the story. So these quotes that they put here might be the right ones. So what actually happened? He was first restricted on his account on Instagram. I didn't even know that till tonight. I just checked it and I see. So he was first. Nobody's mentioning that. See? Nobody's talking about how it started, how it all started, this thing. So he was first restricted on Instagram because he was sending some messages to his fellow rapper Diddy, and some of those messages were condemned as anti-Semitic. Now I don't see what were those messages, something, but it was a private conversation. Who knows what he was saying? We won't go into that. I won't be guessing, okay? Let's try just see what happened, what we know. And then, as he was blocked, he went to Twitter. But this is important. This was one of his first tweets in 2 years. So he didn't post almost 2 years, or at least rarely posted in those 2 years on Twitter. He was concentrated on Instagram and talking there with his fellow rapper Diddy. Said something, got blocked, restricted, went mad, and this is also important. The time when it was made. The time was 11:55. And he's saying in his tweet, I'm a bit sleepy tonight. So he was chatting with a friend, got restricted, blocked basically on Instagram, got mad, and also sleepy. And it's pretty late. I don't know his sleeping schedule, but to most people, midnight is kind of late in any case. It's like really late, you need to go to sleep, and he's complaining even and being a bit sleepy. So he wasn't really concentrated, just angry, wanted to vent, and went to Twitter and said this, I'm a bit sleepy, blah blah, and then this thing about DEFCON 3, which doesn't exist, it's nothing. He probably meant to say DEFCON, is it? What does it even mean? DEFCON. I don't know, it was somewhere around here. So he wanted to say that military code, but didn't even know there. He's uneducated, like I said, he's not really educated, man. By his own admission, he doesn't read. He doesn't read books. So I don't think he's stupid at all. I see him really as a wise man sometimes. And he's not stupid by any account. We can call him crazy, but he's not stupid. But he is also uneducated, really. I don't even know his educational status. Let me check that. So he went to American Academy of Art College. What is that even? Chicago State University. I don't want to dismiss anything, but that doesn't sound like... What is that? It's an art school. I wouldn't even put too much emphasize to it's an art school, okay. He doesn't read books. So sleepy man goes to vent his rage about being blocked on Instagram and says this. And then everybody these days, I noticed, everybody's quoting up to this point. DEFCON 3, and they stop there. On Jewish people, okay, that part too. But this part, the funny thing is, I actually can be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. So what's that about? Kanye is not a black Israelite, at least not fully on, right? He's not into it completely, but he's obviously familiar with their ideology, with that religion. For those of you who don't know, well, I'm not gonna be explaining it actually, just Google it, black Israelites. All the thing about Yaqub and them being Jews, black people being Jews and all of that. So he kind of believes that. He doesn't believe it fully, but since he's not an educated man, he doesn't know what he's talking about, basically. So his mind is awakened, open to any influence because he didn't read much, he didn't fill it up with real knowledge. So he just receives anything. So he received that black Israelite ideology a little bit. I don't think he believes in it completely, but it's a little bit, it's in the back of his head. We're kind of Jews. I can say whatever I want. But who was he thinking when he said that? In a couple of these interviews, he tried to explain himself. So he was thinking about his producers, who happened to be Jewish. Now, when people talk about, for example, lawyers, and when they call them Jews, it's kind of like a joke. It's a thing to say. It's a saying. People say that. And even in shows and movies, we can see that often nobody gets canceled for that. So when it's about lawyers, you can say the Jews. It's even a form of for example, if you're in a legal fight with somebody and you have a Jewish lawyer, you might want to even mention it, like, my Jew is going to call your lawyer, because it might sound that your lawyer is a bit better connected, a better lawyer, because he's Jewish. And because it's viewed in a form of a compliment, because it's like, my lawyer is Jewish, hence my lawyer is powerful and connected, then it's not so frowned upon, because it's, like I said, it's almost a compliment, so it's allowed. And people use that. A lot of people use that. They're going to say, my Jews. If he has two lawyers that are Jews, he's going to say, my Jews. And nobody's going to say anything about it. Then that's kind of cool. So he was thinking about his producers. He did say Jewish people. But I guess he wasn't he doesn't have thermonuclear bombs to be deploying on Jews or something. What did he even mean by that? He meant probably he's going to go in some legal confrontation with his producers, who happen to be Jewish. I'm willing to bet blindly here that black artists who happen to have contracts with Jewish people who are their producers, colloquially, when they talk amongst themselves, and like he was talking with his friend Diddy in messages, instead of saying our producers, they're saying our Jews or the Jews, thinking about their producers. I'm sure of it. I'm betting blindly. It doesn't have to be like that. I'm trying to understand. I think that's the thing. I think that's the issue here. So he was first on Instagram talking with Diddy about the Jews, meaning his producers or their similar producers. I don't know. I think Diddy is producing his own music for a while now. But never mind. He knows what he's talking about. So that's how it all started. He was talking about his producers with a friend, got blocked. Went to Twitter to vent, said this nonsense about DEFCON 3, got banned. And now we can imagine how he felt. Now just imagine. He's allowed, not just allowed, he's rewarded for it and praised for it and got a lot of money for it for years and years and years, calling black people N-words and writing lyrics about N-words killing N-words and bitches being N-words and whatever, all those really demeaning way of talking about black people. And then also he was allowed to talk about black on black violence, which is kind of controversial topic. You might even say taboo in some circles. All of that. Nobody protested. Now I know for some people it's like, if you're black you can talk bad about blacks. If you're a Jew you can talk bad about Jews. If you're white you can talk bad about whites, whatever, but you can't talk out of your group, which is again another fence that he felt around him, like another limit. And like I said, he values freedom above everything else. He wants freedom. So he felt compressed with that. Like, why can't I talk about Jews? I can shit on blacks for like 20 years. Nobody's saying anything. They even reward me. They give me money. They praise me. They applaud me. But when I want to say one thing about Jews, meaning his producers, I get banned all over. And everybody's like crazy. Everybody's like... So that provoked him. Like, what? What about black people? Oh, that's fine. So I can say N-word as much as I want and say whatever I want about N-words. But Jews? No. Oh, really? So he started saying these things. And then it started rolling. Now this, what happens after that is even worse. So first, Elon tries to control him. Then incoming Piers Morgan. Then Lex Friedman. Then Gavin McInnes. Actually, before that, Alex Jones. All of those people, Tucker, everybody tries to control him. Kanye is a man that holds his freedom precious. He constantly talks about his freedom. That's like his leitmotif. He constantly mentions his freedom in different ways. He's trying to live free, to have freedom in this world. We can see that in many of his actions. For example, even this here in this same article, we see this image of him with Trump and this red hat, and everybody remembers still him wearing the shirt White Lives Matter. What was that about? All of this exploit with Trump, White Lives Matter, and all of that was him trying to set free from expectations of what he was supposed to do as a black artist, as a black man first, and then as a black artist. He was told by Biden, not him, but all black people were told, if you don't vote Democrat, you ain't black. So he felt dictated. He felt trapped by this role of him being a black artist. Now he needs to act in a certain way, vote in a certain way, speak in a certain way, support Black Lives Matter, all of that. And he's kind of childish. We have to say that. He's not stupid, like I said, by any means, but he is very childish, and he always likes to go just the opposite direction. If you tell him, don't do this, he's going to do exactly that. He's not going to look for some middle ground, a path in the middle. He's going to go straight to the extreme opposite. So he felt pressure to be a black artist with all the stereotypes that supposed to be a black artist, or say everything. He was like dictated by public what he needs to be, by his audience, by his fans. I believe that's how he felt trapped by that. He often feels trapped. He felt trapped in that marriage with Kim. Was it Kim? He felt trapped with those contracts with his Jews, with his producers. And he felt trapped in this role of a black man. So in this incident, all of this with Trump and supporting Trump, wearing the hat, wearing the shirt, I feel that was all just him rebelling against that stereotype he was being pushed into. And then when this happened with this tweet and all of this, he felt again pushed, and he was pushed really. Everybody was trying to control him like he was a child, like he's a kid. This thing with Lex was specifically painful to watch. Let's see just a couple of little clips so I can illustrate what I mean.
And I'll tell you exactly how. You got a big voice, have the balls as a man to call out the individuals. Don't call them Jews, call them by their name, and start a war against those individuals. They're not Jewish.
But if that's the case...
This part is so painful to watch. I don't know, everybody in the comments were like celebrating Lex for this, like huge respect for Lex while watching this episode. I have got a lot to learn about respecting others from you, Lex. And today Lex reaches legendary status in pop culture. Half of this interview is Lex kindly telling Kanye he's wrong. That was the hardest conversation I ever listened to, banging my head against the desk. Lex, you're amazing. I salute Lex that was right to push back, not be bullied like Kanye likes to do. Man, this was heavy to watch. Props to Lex staying so professional calm throughout this entire interview. I didn't see the same thing. We didn't watch the same interview like most of these people. I don't understand. What I see, like in this clip that we just saw, is him trying to manipulate him like he's a stupid kid. Like many times throughout this interview, he tried the same trick. Like, you're a man, be a man. Like trying to buy him act like this, and then I'm gonna perceive you and everybody else is gonna perceive you like a man. You're gonna be strong. You wanna be strong? You wanna be strong, man? Do this. It's so transparent and manipulative. I didn't like it at all. He wasn't talking to him on the same level. I'm not saying they even are. Okay, he might be crazy. Okay, why did you invite a crazy man to publicly manipulate him and control him? I didn't support Lex in this support. I mean, I'm not agreeing with him. Let's say it like that. We didn't see the same interview. Like, let him speak or just don't even invite him. He invited him to try to control the narrative. And everybody's doing that. Gavin, the other day, went to talk with him, and he announced it even in the beginning. Oh, this is me saving Kanye from himself. I'm gonna explain to him it's not the Jews we're supposed to be against. It's the elites and whatever he was saying there. Gavin McGinnis, I'm talking about him. He always has the same shtick. That's his, like, when Jewish people are mentioned, he goes always in the same rant.
Welcome to the first episode of Saving Ye, where I am going to prevent Ye West from becoming an anti-Semite or a Nazi. I'm going to talk him off the ledge and bring him back to the understanding that our problem is liberal elites of all races. Kamala Harris is a major problem.
Obviously also not understanding that he wasn't speaking about all Jewish people. Later on, it did turn into that. When he went to talk with Alex, as I see it, again, me trying to understand, not me justifying Kanye, not me agreeing with him. I have no skin in the game. I don't even know any Jews. I have nothing to hate. I have no hate at all in me. So it's not about me at all. It's about me understanding, just trying to understand what he felt and what led him to say those, especially with Jones, with Alex Jones, especially when he said those really obnoxious, really horrible things, like he went all the way. Why he went so far there? Because with Alex, he was probably expecting, because Alex being so notorious, just being, he owes more than $1 billion for that Sandy Hook thing. So he was thinking, if anywhere I can speak, not just freely, I can speak crazy here. And he went even with a mask. First time he wore that mask was there. So he felt, this is where I won't be controlled. And then what happened? He tried to control him again. Tim Pool. With Tim, he couldn't even sit too long. He was there like 2 minutes, got up. Because what? He tried to control him. So what he sees is just a line of white people. And even Lex, he didn't even know Lex was a Jew. He found out during the interview. He was just thinking he's just another white man. He's white and Jewish. So what he sees is just a string of white and Jewish men trying to tell him what he needs to think and how he needs to talk, without anybody trying to understand his position at all. Nobody. Lex was praised for doing that, but he didn't do that. He didn't.
Right, there you go.
As somebody who cares for you and hopefully can be a friend, Ye, I gotta say, these words and the words about Jews is not the words of a samurai, of a great man. I would say, you said...
Again, see, there's so many little clips like this throughout the interview. So you're a samurai. You want to be a samurai? You have to say this and this and this. Let me tell you how to be a samurai. I'm going to explain to you. You like that word, samurai, so now you're going to be a samurai. So see, he can be a samurai. Samurais are Japanese. And never mind, you can be a samurai, but you can't be a Jew. Kanye believes he's a Jew, kind of. But no, you can't be that. You can be a samurai. You want to be a samurai? Here's how you're going to be a samurai. I'm going to tell you. And then he dictates him like. So Kanye sees only that, like people trying to control him. And he hates that. That's the last thing he wants or will accept. Never. Never. He'll always do the opposite. Whatever you tell him, especially in that cunning way, trying to control him by manipulation, like he's a very stupid child. He's not a stupid child. He's gonna see through you. He's gonna see through you and he's gonna fight it in his childish way, yes. He's gonna fight it by doing exactly the opposite. So you're trying to control him, tell him don't say Jews. He's gonna say, yes, Jews. And then he goes even with Alex Jones, he goes further and says he loves Hitler and whatever. There's nothing to love. He never read books. He doesn't even know who Hitler is. He doesn't even know nothing about it. His knowledge about Second World War, I bet you, can all fit in like 150 words. That'll be it. And maybe he has another 200 that are wrong. Just some ideas, but they're wrong. So 350 words altogether, out of which 150 are okay. That's his knowledge about Second World War. So when he says he loves Hitler, doesn't mean he read Mein Kampf and, I don't know, believes the ideas displayed there or anything. None of that shit.
Something that inspired, that resonated with a lot of people when you said George Bush doesn't care about black people. I have to say, as somebody who cares for you, that Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, doesn't care about Jewish people. In the same way you spoke about George Bush being a politician and not giving a fuck about the poor people that suffered after Katrina, you're not giving a fuck about the suffering of the Jewish people across the world.
Why am I not?
Because you're giving strength, motivation
But
to
we already
hate groups.
updated. I gave an apology. You said it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that's right. It's
And
not.
now you're telling me, no, I'm not
No,
gonna.
no, no. You don't need to kiss anyone's dick. What you
You're
have to
asking
do,
me to
you
kiss
have to
the
say
dick.
was wrong to say. There's no Jewish media. There's no Jewish.
There isn't.
There's no.
There isn't. He's not gonna be controlled. You can control him. And for the better, for worse, that's just the way it is. He's gonna stay like this. Now we're gonna see the development of this situation further. We're gonna follow. I'll probably make more videos about this. I have a feeling I'll get a lot of hate again. That's me. That's me. I get a lot of hate on YouTube. I just started this channel, but I'm used to it. I used to have other channels already. I know how it goes. So this is it for this video. I have nothing more to say. That's about it. I tried to understand. I think we came a little bit further than in the beginning of the video in understanding why is he doing these things. Hopefully. That was it. Subscribe, like, comment, all of that jazz. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.